La 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 Luke. Luke, I am your father. Lola, lola, lola.
Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devil Saturday. This is The Patient, damn it, Devils recap coming to you live in the Primetime Radio studios here in beautiful New Jersey and Beverly Hills, California. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network and on the Patient Podcast Network as we are patiently waiting for this rebuild to end so we as Devils fans can move on to bigger and better things, but we have to be a little bit more patient, Scotty. A little bit more patient.
A little patient. Looks like Uncle Lou was ringing the hell's bells tonight as we gave some former friends a hat trick of first. Hey, at least Kyle Palmieri didn't get his first at the end of the game in empty net fashion, which we were completely set up for.
I told Kyle not to score. It was that bad. I held him back. I said, Kyle, score another day. Score another day. And I am not a patient person.
As Claude Julien found out very, 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 very quickly there that year. Or no, it wasn't quickly. It was at the end of the year. But anyway, I'm still trying to find this damn stat. I don't think I'm ever going to get it here. Goals for, goals against. Anyway, trying to figure out if the Devils have given up more shorthanded goals than power play goals scored for the team. I think we might have given up more shorthanded goals now. I think that Parise might have put it over the top. But let's go through the old damn it Devils recap. Hello to everybody. Be patient. Be patient. Hello to everybody on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. How's it going? Let's talk about the game, which obviously there is a lot to talk about here because right off the bat, some big changes in the lineup because two of our best players, Captain Nico Hischier and Ryan Graves, stalwarts of the team here, are both in COVID protocol. So both are out of the lineup. And then in an interesting move to get beefier, we benched Nathan Bastian, unless he was in COVID protocol as well. I thought it was only Graves and Nico, but I could be wrong there. Either way, Mason Gearston was in at forward instead of defense on the bottom line there. And Jesper Boquist was inserted back into the lineup as well. Line combinations were shuffled except for, that one that we talked about that's had a ton of chemistry that got broken up, but it got put back together. And when you know it, you started seeing the fire ignite from Dawson Mercer, Jesper Bratt, and Andres Johnson. So I got to say the Devils came out a little bit better today. It could have been as well as our, stud prospect goaltender, Akira Schmid, who, is doing well down there at the AHL, but it looks like, maybe a little nerves today. Still needs some time, still needs some grooming. He's only 21 years old, a big boy at 6'5". So it was good to see him in there. But again, Lindy lines I'm not too happy with, but we're going to do what we're going to do. We had, again, Mercer, Bratt, and Janssen had some good chances there. We saw a big fight with Mason Gearston and Zdeno Chara. Now, Gearston caught, who was it, Dobson a little high. I don't think he was headhunting. I think it was just a little height disparity there. He had to stand up. He had to answer the challenge. And Chara, size, I don't know if anyone can get around on Chara's size. It's impossible. But some punches thrown, nothing really too damaging. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's pumped up. So kind of a good, fun thing to see. And it took Chara off the ice for quite some time because the little scene, not very often, the old instigator penalty came out there for Zdeno Chara. So he got the instigator plus fighting, which is also a game misconduct. So he was taken out of said hockey game for quite some time there. So kind of worked in the Devils' favor. And let's get in here because we know that the Devils open the scoring with the man who's been performing all season long. And Sam Wu has talked about him being such a leader, and he has stepped up. And, thank you for not putting all of our playmakers on one line. But Jesper Bratt comes home with his 8th goal of the year from Jonas Siegenthaler, his 6th assist. And it was a very nice play, actually, by Siegenthaler. Picked the pass. It was an errant pass in the defensive zone. He kind of picks it, and he threaded the needle between 2 Islanders defensemen. I don't know how Jesper Bratt kind of snuck in behind them right at the blue line, and the puck went right between the 2 Islander defensemen, and Jesper Bratt basically had a mini breakaway. Nice little quick move, and whoop, slides it home 5-hole for a beautiful goal, 1-0 Devils. And I loved with what Dano called Jesper Bratt there, the dynamic devil, almost like the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin. But the dynamic devil, because that's what we've talked about. Everywhere Jesper Bratt goes, good things seem to follow. The points start piling up. The creativity starts to be there. So good to see from Jesper Bratt going into the second period, or actually, I'm sorry, right there at the end of the first when this is all happening. That's correct. I'm sorry. Almost forgot, getting ahead of myself here. This was all in about a minute and 30-second time right at the end of the period. Jesper Bratt, his 8th was at 17:01, and then Dobson comes back after the hit from Gearston and gets his power play goal. So penalty kill wasn't looking too sharp tonight, but we got a power play goal there, his 3rd. Barzell was in on that as well. And then, because the Devils have had that problem, right, Sam Wu? They score a goal, and then they just fall asleep. What happened here? Who was it that took the penalty? Somebody took a penalty right there. Chara, Mason Gearson. Oh, Tatar. A cross-checking penalty right at the blue line. Bad call right after we score the goal. And we've seen this numerous times. Either the Devils give up a tremendous chance or they give up a goal. And in this case, it was a goal. This was at 17:45. So 44 seconds later, the Islanders tied it up, but wouldn't you know it, we had a little flashback, didn't you, to the first game of the season, that Jack Hughes magic, as you saw him shooting up the wing. Pavel Zacha got the puck and found an open spot on the ice that Jack Hughes was able to utilize his speed. What have we said forever? Devils, use your speed. And in the first period, they were doing it. And you saw Jack Hughes walk in basically untouched, and he lined, not a wrister, not a big pretty move. He lined up a monster slap shot and put it off the inside of the post, and woo! It felt good. It felt like that first night again when Jack Hughes was tossing his stick over the glass and doing his little round 'em up celebration there for the goal. So,
Scotty,
really hectic. Yeah.
I sorry to interrupt.
Uh-huh.
That goal was awesome, but because what we've seen in the last 4 games, I honestly thought that he was going to actually pass it. It actually surprised me that he actually took that shot, which is kind of sad.
Yes, and that's true. And actually, for a little bit, I was actually watching the Islander broadcast of things, and they were referencing it about Devils fans complaining. Because last night, that's all the Devils were doing, was passing everywhere and not actually shooting the puck. We saw the Devils come out and play a lot harder in the first period. They looked like a different team tonight in the beginning. And I will say that. They were putting the puck on net. They were actually giving that effort and trying to crash and bang. And they did well. But going into the second, we know what happened. Some penalties happened. And then some old friends came to town. Some old friends who were struggling. Just like our buddy Capo Caco, right? He was struggling. And the old Devils came to MSG. What do you know? 3-point night, and Caco's ready to roll. The Islanders, they have been struggling at home. Haven't won a game. These older ex-Devils, Kyle Palmieri, Zach Parise, Andy Green. What do they got? Like a combined 1 goal? Or no goals. I don't think any of them had any goals going into this game. Well, coming out, there's only one who's still scoreless. And it started with our former captain, Andy Green, who put home a wrist shot there, again from Barzell, who's making stuff happen with Josh Bailey as well. 8:33 of the second. Our former captain gets his first of the year. And then, can we get, actually, Sam Wu, can we just say, like, when we get a penalty, can we do like a penalty has been declined? 5-on-5 play, first down. Can we get one of those? Can we decline the penalty whenever we take it?
You know what? You know what you can do? This is what you can.
What's that?
It's gotten so silly to the point where if it's 5-on-4 and it's a man up penalty, just take one of your players. Take one of your players off. Make it 4-on-4.
Let's play 4-on-4.
And then if the timing is right, have one cherry pick when no one's looking. Come off the bench and just pass it up there. The Devils love those home run passes. They love those home run passes.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Devils go onto the power play. I wish we could just decline the penalty. Andre Johnson first down, but we can't, and we had to go on the power play, which, definitely in this last stretch. What are we down? 2 for 28, 2 for 29, something like that. In this last stretch, we have definitely been outscored on the power play, giving up shorthanded goals. I was trying to find the stat. I couldn't find it here. I know it's there somewhere, but if someone could look it up, how many power play goals does the team have for the year, and how many shorthanded goals have they given up for the year? We might be in the negative. I honestly would not be surprised at this point because we're dead last in our power play. And wouldn't you know it, on a fanning clearing attempt by, I think it was Pagu. How do you say his name?
Pajot.
And by the way, I think last night I was calling UC Jaros instead of Soros when I was confusing. So, excuse me.
It doesn't matter at this point. Look I know. It's like how Andrew Johnson came about.
I got integrity. I got integrity, Sam Wu. All right, I'm going to call myself out. And I realized afterwards, I'm like, oh, man, I just put that J. Sorry. So anyway.
You know what? The sad thing is I noticed it, but I decided not to correct it because I didn't care at that point. I was actually just like, you know what? The hell with it.
The hell with it. But yeah, we had the power play, and Zacha hit one, rang one off the post, and what happens? We get Pajot gets a clearing attempt, he fans on, and the puck just kind of flutters, which allows our defense to kind of go to the left-hand side. Zach Parise goes on the right, or right, and then Zach's on the left-hand side. And Pajot's able to find him right there on the wing, and Zach goes in there, and wouldn't you know it, for his first as a New York Islander. Oh, so not only Andy, but now it's Zach as well, joining in on the fun. We got the Golden Girls theme going on. Thank you for being a friend. Yeah, they traveled down the road, and now they're back again, playing for the Islanders, and they both got their first goals of the year against the Devils, which I know feels pretty good for them. And, the boys were in some trouble. They were in some trouble. I wrote it down right here. Please no Palm's empty net goal at end of game. That's just what I was waiting for there at the end. But it was Pajot instead in the middle of the third, putting it home. What was it, about 9:37 of the third? He puts home his fourth, which basically sealed the deal there. Shots on goal for the Devils, 10, 9, 13 for a total of 32. Isles, 10, 7, 12 for a total of 29. They get their first ever victory in their new arena. Congratulations to you, Uncle Lou, for getting that victory. I know it's probably sweet for him as well to get it over his former team. Face-off percentage, we got destroyed tonight. 61% to 38. I mean, the Islanders were all over us on that front. Power play, 0 for 3, so I think we're 2 for 30. I think that's what the stretch is, if I'm not mistaken. The Islanders were 1 for 2. I think there's two games in a row now we've given up a power play goal. Hits, 15 to 21, sort of even. Blocks, 12 to 18, so the Islanders got us on both sides there. Giveaways, 13, although the Islanders had 22 of their own. So the boys came out and looked well in the first period, but then it went it was like a 20-minute period or a 20-minute game for them, and they kind of shut down afterwards, and the Islanders took over, and they didn't let the Devils get back. They had some good chances, but we've heard the story before. They don't put him home. Nico's out. Graves is out. They still played pretty inspired hockey, though, there in the beginning. Akira Schmid looks big, looks like a big boy there. Pretty excited about what maybe him and Nico Dawes might be in the future. But it's a lot.
I thought he played pretty well. I mean, basically, he didn't have a team in front of him.
Yeah, the Andy Green goal was a little questionable. I don't know why, if you're going to put Gearston in there, why not just put him on defense and sit Ty Smith for a game, who's been struggling mightily, and keep Nathan Bastian in there. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Bastian was a part of the COVID protocols or something like that. I wasn't aware. But if you're going to beef up, why would you take Bastian out of the lineup? I don't get that. So, whatevs, I don't know what to say anymore. We're 2 for 30 on the power play, with this team, we talked about it last night with someone like Dougie Hamilton on your point like that, and the talent of a Jack Hughes. I know he hasn't been there all the time, but a Nico and a Pavel Zacha, it should not be that way. The Dawson Mercer, please keep Mercer, Bratt, and Janssen together. Reunite Kuokkanen and Sharon Govich. They seem lost without each other. Put Jack Hughes in the middle there. Throw Jesper Boquist up on the top line with Zacha and Tatar until Nico can come back. Move him down to the second. Put Jack, Sharon Govich, and Kuokkanen up from the front. Keep VC, McLeod, and Bastian down. How hard? Sam Wu, I'm going to stop talking because I just get a little frustrated with some of this stuff. And I could be completely wrong. Maybe I'm off, but those lines just seemed like they had chemistry, and we were seeing results. We were seeing points go up on the board. What say you, Sam Wu? What say you?
I've got a lot of things to say. I've got a lot of things to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everybody on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and Twitter Live.
Are they killing me?
To let it all out. Let it all out. Because
decline the penalty. Yeah, just go ahead and decline that penalty.
Just let it all out. So, I've got observations. Number one, we started off the week saying these 4 games this week, we should take 7 out of 8 points. As it stands right now, 3 out of 8. The Devils get a big, fat F for their performance. And I'm even surprised they even beat the Flyers at this point.
I know.
Last Wednesday.
And right here, 9 for 71 on the power play. The Devils are. I got to find out how many. I don't think they give it up 9 shorthanded goals. So my little negative stat there is a little overboard. But go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
Again, the hell with it. It feels like they've given up 11 shorthanded goals,
right?
But, or they probably have given up 37 shorthanded chances when they shouldn't have. That's why it feels like that.
Yeah.
So, and things are not right in Devil's Land. Again, I'm not pointing to the coaches because, again, you know how I feel, Scotty. I think it comes from above. And, and I don't think things are going to change anytime soon. The losing continues. The more that we buy into this BS marketing stuff that the team throws at you, that things are going to be better and, and be patient and be patient and be patient. We're still paying for tickets. We're still, it's status quo. We'll lose some more. We got the NHL draft. We'll hype that up. We'll add in something else to the shenanigans and marketing gimmicks and all that. But you suckers are still going to be paying for this.
We don't. Yeah, we don't want to be. You don't want to be harsh, but it's the truth. We are fans and we're dedicated. We've been doing this, these shows and stuff like that. We've even added doing these. This is more than we've grown this. We want to see that. We want to see the team do better. We want to see, but we're just getting the same results. You know, like what is going on here?
With different coaches and different players.
Are they trying to force these players to play a system that they shouldn't? Is that what it is? You know, is that really what it is? Is it one of those deals where the coach should adapt their system to the players? You know, that's what I always believe, because not every player can play in every system. You know, you should that's what Jacques Lemaire used to say too. Like, use them where they can and where they're most beneficial, you know, and he used to simplify things for them. Is this a team that just needs things simplified? Is it getting overcomplicated for them? I don't know what is going on this power play. Like I said, love Mark Recchi. He was a guest on our show. He was an awesome guy, you know, like, and I know he's a great coach, but something is not working here. Like,
well, he was great at other places. And, you know, when you look at John Hines right now, are they, and again, I wish I was a bug in the room to see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Scotty, I think you're on to something, because I discussed this with Vinny Parisi on Game Day Live. Mm-hmm. And we talk about these hockey analytics. Are they basing it on data that their scouting reports, you know, and their scouting team are putting together? These are brilliant people. They're more than just numbers people. They are very brilliant people. But are they just getting it wrong and making decisions on bad data? Because the reason why I say that is, how come John Hines' team is doing everything I wanted to do when he was in New Jersey? And our team still sucks. Seriously. So are they forcing the coaches on the data? Or are they misinterpreting the data? Or is Sam Wu just an idiot and completely got it wrong? Could it be a losing culture that's now a vicious cycle when it goes that long? It's like, you know, if I was the players, I'd be like, well, I still get paid. Free agency is in 2 years, and I'll just bolt and have success just like everyone else does, you know, on this team. So I don't know. I'm just being harsh.
If that's the case, then irrational. I think that's if that's the case, then I think that's a lack of leadership in the locker room. And I don't know. I'm gonna still have faith in Nico and Dougie. You know that. Well, it's, you know, we've talked about Jesper. I could feel like Jesper Bratt deserves one of those A's as well on his chest. So
Nico's
we gotta
trying,
hope.
Though. The way he fought,
you know that Nico's
yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Listen, we've talked about the goals not going in there, but I would never say that Nico is not out there giving it his 100% effort every single game. Like, that guy hustles, he tries. Like we've talked about, we've had some struggles with the goals going in, but he's hit a lot of posts. He's done a lot of that. It's not like there's games that go by and you don't hear like the name Nico Hischier, you know, in the offensive zone and stuff like that. And even making great defensive plays too. The faceoffs, he is a huge part of the team. Just got to get those goals going in a little bit more. That's what we need up there on that.
Well,
on that
and there's a lack of discipline. There are mental lapses during the game. Effort
didn't like the Tatar penalty.
No,
didn't like the Tatar penalty. Yeah, I get the Kirsten.
Barzal almost.
Kirsten was a lot big height difference. You know, I get that, but it's that one is a real bang, but still you got to be careful. Get a little lower. Mason, you know, but that one was, but the Tatar penalty, that was a dumb one. That was a dumb one.
And then what do we get during post game? More softball questions for the coaches. I like to ask some questions now. I like to ask questions. Know. I'm just
Fitzy's got to start looking at this real seriously. You know, I really, really, truly believe that. Because we all saw what happened with Ray. He hung on to things way too long, hung on with Taylor Hall too long, hung on with John Hines too long. I don't know. I just can't see this team going in this downward spiral again like this. You would think there's just too much talent there for them to be playing this way. So what the frig is wrong? You know, like I saw it before, maybe without Dougie, you know, maybe without Ryan Graves. You know, some of these other guys are a little bit younger, but now they're older. They're here. I don't know. Sam Wu. There's got to be. I mean, you could see they came out with more jump tonight, and I'm sure that's due to the fact that there were a lot of lineup changes, but it just kind of went, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it could be worse.
It just went
I'm
meh.
afraid
That's all it was. After the first period, it was meh.
I'm afraid to say this, but I'm not looking forward to Tuesday against the Flyers.
Oh, against the Flyers?
Because
Man.
If you lose that one, I'll tell you what. If you lose that one badly to the Philadelphia Flyers on Tuesday, clean house.
You gotta.
Clean house.
They gotta.
It's not going to get any better. You might as well get it ahead, fold your cards and get back in line, ahead of the line, because it's just not going to get any better. We have not seen anything of consistency. We have not seen anything resembling a playoff team,
Nope.
a winning team. All we have seen and heard are bits and pieces of overhyped things about this team. I'm just tired of it, because we really need to have a hard conversation. And this is personal, but I almost want to be like, why the hell am I still vested in this team? In normal circumstances, if you go to a restaurant and you get bad service, you say, "See you later. I'll never see you again. I'll leave you a bad review on Yelp." And
Well, listen,
we're
Mets fans. We're Mets fans, so
but
we can't.
I want to say something to the New Jersey Devils leadership, and I'm going to say that, and this sounds obvious, but you're in the New York City metropolitan area. One of the highest standard of living costs, highest taxes. You live here, you work here, you love New Jersey, but there are so many different distractions around you where you can spend your entertainment dollar elsewhere. It's getting to that point where you're not the only show in town. You better compete to get my dollar into your pocket. And you better do that by start competing out on the ice, because it's not even laughable at this point. And the only thing consistent is what Keith Martin says on the YouTube Live, because he's letting it all out. It's consistently uninspired hockey.
And our boy Mickey over here on Facebook Live, 29 wins since Ruff took over. It's the full 82 games now. 29 wins.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and they are tail spinning, downward spiraling like Trent Reznor has never downward spiraled before. This was a rough one, and if they come back to Philly and lose in Philly, like you said, I'm sorry, someone's got to go.
Oh, it wasn't me.
I was waiting for you to say something there. I thought you were going to say something. You're just going to.
Hold on.
I'll be patient.
Feed.
I'll just be patient. Don't worry about it. No, I really feel like.
Be patient. Be patient, boys. Good times are going to happen. Mm-hmm. Just remember that your renewals are in the mail by January 1, and make sure you have your deposit in for 2022-23 NHL season.
I don't know what's going on with this team anymore, but they need to. I think if they lose to Philly, they got Vegas right after that. I'm sorry, they got to take a real long, hard look in the mirror here. They got a couple days off, but they really, really got to do something. And just I don't know if it's a team only meeting. I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like something needs to change here. And you got Dougie locked up, you got Nico locked up, you got Jack Hughes locked up. Is it just calling up some of the youth, some of the other youth on defense?
I think it's called blow the whole damn thing, except for a couple franchise pieces. I'm talking about, is Lindy Ruff's voice still being heard in the locker room? Is the message not getting through? Those are kind of questions that Tom Fitzgerald needs to ask. Should Tom Fitzgerald be on the hot seat? I love him.
I love him too. Not yet. Not yet. I truly believe he's got to make a decision on the coach. Really does, because this is the same road we were going down with Shiro and Hines. And I get it. He's his boy or whatever, but they got to make a call on this, because we can't just linger like that. We're not seeing the improvement that we saw in the beginning of the year, for now an extended stretch of time. It's not just 1-2 games or 3 games. It's been a significant stretch here, playing against some teams that we should be putting W's up against, and we're not. We're not. And the power play is atrocious. We can't give up that many shorthanded goals and not score any. Something's got to change. Whether the boys are not, I don't know. I'm not there. But Fitzy, instead of hearing from Blitzer, I'd rather hear from Fitzy about a state of the team and see how it's doing. Are we going to call up some of these youngsters, or are we going to, we're just going to keep rolling here?
Or do we give Kevin Dineen a hard look? Because right now, he is the only one so far I know within the organization that could possibly turn this thing around. I've been rooting for Lindy Ruff. I was hoping that he would prove
I don't want to see Lindy
the Ranger fans wrong and all that.
Yeah, but something's not right.
I was hoping Mark Recchi will be a star and get a huge head coaching job either here or somewhere else. I was hoping Nazardine will really progress, as a coach and possibly get a head coaching gig somewhere, because the job he did in the interim under those circumstances a couple years ago. But I think we have to know when to fold the cards. When is that?
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Look at that. We're back to 2020 already. Remember we were singing that song last year?
You know what? We could be like a bunch of teachers. Take last year's lessons plans and put it in today.
Oh, jeez.
And then complain about it.
You better...
I'm not making fun of teachers. I'm only making fun of Beer Baron
and Shorts Guy. That's it, because they always complain all the time about it. So that's why they're like, "Oh my god, I'm going to do this." Whoa.
Yeah, the post. After the Sunday edition of the podcast, we get to hear parent.
Yeah, their teacher stories.
All that kind of stuff.
Me and Sam are just texting each other like, "What are they talking about?"
Lesson plan. Didn't you do this finger painting last year, Beer Baron?
It's like, I have no idea what he's saying.
Shorts Guy, history doesn't change itself. Just throw him last year's stuff.
I just text Sam back. I'm like, I started watching Sunday Night Football a while ago. I don't know.
Shorts Guy,
as soon as we ended,
7th grade for about 10 years. Just reuse some of the content. Come on. George Washington was still, General George Washington, 1776, Anyway.
Too funny. So we weren't making fun of teachers. We were just making fun of our friends.
No, just those
we're
two.
Busting balls.
I
those
love
two.
teachers. Yeah, the teachers are great.
That's it.
They went through, tremendous time in history.
Actually, Beer Baron's lessons plans are usually really good because Nikki does them for him. That's how it is.
I will say though, when I go to Beer Baron's Instagram, and some of those kit paintings and all that
they're
is
great.
actually some of the amazing.
Oh, yeah, they're
actually
fantastic.
amazing stuff. Yeah.
No, they're really good stuff. Go
Yeah,
check them
they
out.
were actually pretty
And we
good.
actually do have a maybe something we're going to do in the off season. We have this good kind of idea. We're not going to say anyone because we don't want anyone to steal it, but it involves Beer Baron and some of his artistic skills. And maybe it'll be something in the off season that we could do. Maybe a nice, fun summertime at Taj Lounge 973, where we've been doing our pre-games and some of our Devils After Dark post games. Samu was always down there. You going to be down there on Tuesday, Samu, or are you going to be down there on Thursday for the Knights game?
I may be down in Philadelphia on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. You're going to do it live from Philly? Okay.
Yeah, from
possible.
Possibly with Chickies and Pete's.
And then the Vegas one, you'll be back at Taj Lounge 973 for that home game.
Yep, with Nick Villano. He's flying in from Tampa,
That's
Florida.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Nick is going to be on Game Day Live. He's going to be on Devils After Dark. Who knows who might show up? If you haven't heard, Chico's he's been added to the talent roster here at the Let's Go Devils podcast, as he is now solo hosted, not just a little interview or anything like that, but actually was the host of Game Day Live the other night. So you never know who might be showing up here on the old Let's Go Devils podcast network.
He's the official EBUB. EBUB.
He is the EBUB.
Emergency backup
broadcaster.
Yeah. We'll have to get him.
And he did a hell of a job. What did he come up with? The old the Brat Pack, right? Yeah, just
the Brat Pack.
And
he came up with the Brat Pack on our podcast, and then said it on Devils Hockey Network with Matt. I was so happy, because me, I got locked out of the ESPN account that I borrowed from my sister long term, and
right.
I couldn't watch the game. I couldn't listen to Butcher Gross, so I listened to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network. And
did you call him Butcher Gross? Did you call him Butchered Gross? Is that what you called him?
It's late. It's late. But
it's only 8 o'clock here in Beverly Hills, Samu. That's how it always goes. At my palatial state, once owned by Bobby the Brain Heenan. Sam doesn't know any of these references.
I don't know. I don't know. But I did send your Christmas card today. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I made sure that it was 16 karat gold, stickers, on the envelope, making sure that it was worthy of making it through the people that sort
the
your
Beverly
mail,
Hills
the mail room
postal system.
Yeah, made sure about that.
My mailman's actually a huge. My mailman's actually a huge metalhead. Every time he comes up, I hear he's like listening to Liquid Metal and stuff like that. I don't know. I wonder if he's figured out if he knows who I am or not, because he always gives me the look like, yeah, man. He's got this really cool long beard and stuff. He always sees me out there with Winston. So, but mailman dogs. He's always like, But anyway, but we got a game there on Tuesday. So Sam Wu might be coming from the city of brotherly love down there in Philadelphia, excuse me. Home
it's
to
Philadelphia because I don't want to get killed down there.
Don't worry, I'll send you in with all my cousins. It's okay. I have a lot of family down there in Philly. I spent a lot of time when I was a kid. And, yeah. No, actually, I really do love Philly. And Beer Baron actually used to live right down there in Center City back when he was in college. He went down there to the old Art Institute.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah, my aunt used to live on the other side of town. My other cousin still has a house over there. My other 2 cousins live in Center City. I've spent a lot of time in Philly. So there you go.
I remember the people you used to hang out with down in Philly.
Well, yeah, we won't get into that. But Sam will be down there. We won't get into that. Sam will be down there. Hopefully, maybe. If not, we'll just be going from the old home studios. But you can expect a fantastic Game Day Live and another Devils After Dark next week. And don't forget, got the old Sunday podcast as well coming up tomorrow. So action-packed slate of, hockey entertainment over here at the Let's Go Devils podcast.
Also, I've been talking to Taj Lounge 973. December 23rd is our podcast holiday, whatever party.
Extravaganza.
23rd. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're going to be decorating Todd's Lounge 973. So you want to be there or be square. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have some good music going. I've been DJing at Todd's Lounge 973 too. People like my
Have you been
music.
using the playlist I gave you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Oh, okay.
No, I have
All right.
been. I've been switching
I'll
it
give
up
you
a
some
little
more.
bit. Like when
that means
Jack
no.
Hughes came back. No, when Jack Hughes came back, I played Eminem. Guess who's back? And then you see people going,
Okay.
oh yeah. You see, it's all about
Oh,
themes.
look at you.
Yeah, like I was
look at
thinking of
you,
switching
music
up against
programmer.
Nashville and play like country music or something like that. And I was like, yeah, let's work it in slowly, all that kind of good stuff. But one of these days,
Okay.
you would have to live DJ from your own Beverly Hills studio.
I'd love to.
One day, maybe we'll have a
one of
metalhead
these
day.
days.
And maybe your mailman's be like, wow, that guy does a Devil's podcast as he's listening to Liquid Metal.
We're very popular in LA, let me tell you.
Really?
No. But
okay. I guess that was sarcasm. All right. Well, it's getting late, Scotty.
Yeah,
I
Sam.
wish I could still talk about, this stupid team. But also, my wife made me this T-shirt.
Very nice of her.
It's for me.
Mrs. Wu. She's crafty.
Yeah.
She's crafty.
Says, be patient. Oop, gotta be patient.
There you go.
She
be patient.
did this iron on, and it's one of my favorite T-shirts right now in the household.
It's
and
perfect.
we'll have to be patient for Tuesday's game, and if they lose that one,
they got a get right game in Philly. So let's get right, boys. You came out and you played the first period really hard. How about you do it for 60 minutes? Lindy, put the lines and have the chemistry back together, please. At least for just one last game or something like that. At least try it instead of having them all just jumbled all the time. Give it a shot. See what happens. And
hey, Scotty.
I think we would be very surprised. Yes.
Mickey says for Tuesday it could be I'm typing it in here. Devil's Therapy After Dark.
There you go. There you go. You're gonna have like
and we'll be all patients.
The Fraser Crane show. I'm gonna have the Fraser Crane radio show there where everyone just call in. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one of these days we may have
Mickey.
to turn it into a call-in show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, they got a get right game. They got two days to get right. I don't know if they need a day off or if they need to be, put through the runner. But man, that power play needs work. Come up with something new. Work on your outlet passes. I understand there's a little bit of shock with Nico and Ryan going down here with the old COVID protocol. So let's hope they're back in the lineup. First and foremost, we should say that. I know we touched on it a bit earlier, but hey, we want these guys to get healthy, and their health is
hopefully
most
it's
important
nothing
there.
Serious.
Right? Because we saw last year. I mean, after Nico went down and hurt, and then he got, and I know last year was a little bit different. Not everyone was, with the shots and everything like that. So hopefully, it won't affect them long term, and we don't lose them like that, and they're able to make a speedy comeback and in the lineup again on Tuesday.
Yeah, and hopefully this is really more of a prevent.
The team will be better with them.
Yeah. So
exactly. Yeah. Just like hopefully this is just a precautionary, prevention sort of thing. And yes, our team will be greatly improved with Ryan Graves and Nico Hischier back in the lineup.
Yeah. All right, Scotty, we're gonna have to cut the cord. Thank you very much.
We tried to stay as positive as we could here. In this is a downer of a streak, Sam. It's not like Rangers hate week last year, but it's getting pretty close.
Wow.
Getting to that level.
Remember,
it's 2 minutes into the game and it's 3-0 already. Again, wait a minute. Didn't this happen the last 4 games in a row? How? What? We're not there yet. Not there yet. But I think a shakeup has got to be coming.
Yeah. It's got to be. Who knows?
Fitzy.
we'll be on the front lines, and you can keep it here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is rock bottom. Maybe it's not. Who knows? We shall see.
Rock bottom. Rock bottom. Rock bottom. Rock bottom. Sorry.
This is
well
Devil's
soon,
Therapy
Jim Ross.
After Dark. Till next time, let's go Devils.